Good morning. Did I ever tell you that little things mean a lot? Little things mean a lot. For example, today, I learned something new today. I didn't know that you could grow carrots from chopping the top of the carrots, right? Put them in water, and that they would grow. I didn't know that. You would think, oh my God, that's common sense. Why didn't you know that? Well, perhaps because I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. And my birds, I woke up this morning and I'm just slightly depressed, because of my condition. We don't talk about that. I'm slightly depressed, so what I do is I look outside my backyard and there are my birds. Life goes on. And because of what I do, there they are in my backyard enjoying themselves. I am the luckiest man in the world. I am. To top it off, I had a phone call this morning from my friend since my high school days, Ronnie Dujon. Now, I got to tell you, okay, just bear with me. Like I said, the purpose for this video is just for you to see that I'm okay. I'm okay. But Ronnie Dujon is my friend when I lived in West Medford, Massachusetts. Now, you need to use your imagination a little bit on this one, okay? So here I am, an immigrant coming out of Jamaica. And from Jamaica, I move into this really beautiful neighborhood in West Medford, Massachusetts. But keep in mind that I'm coming from Jamaica, and I'm now in this gorgeous neighborhood in West Medford, Massachusetts, okay? Cultural shock. So, I go into a high school because America does not recognize at the time anyway, I went through the British school system, which by the way, I thought was superior. But anyway, I went through the British school system, but in Medford, they did not recognize the British school system, so I had to go through high school all over again. So here I am, I don't know, 16, 17 years old or something, and I'm going through high school again. Okay, but I have the best of luck. First of all, I go to Massachusetts, the most liberal state in the Union, and I had friends who were from the Cayman Islands, friends who were white, Italian, friends who were Irish, friends who were Jewish. Mike Cohen, one of my very good friends, I think about him often. He introduced me to matzo balls. But anyway, so here it is. This morning I have, and I know that's why it's called Chitchat, okay, people? Chitchat, off the cuff, unscripted. So I get this phone call from Ronnie Dujon. Now, Ronnie was like, how do I put that? Ronnie was the guy of the neighborhood. Ronnie was in a singing group in Medford, Massachusetts, and these guys were good. It consists of Ronnie, Harold, and other guys in Medford. I had friends who were really absolutely beautiful friends, close friends. I don't want to mention their names because they might be embarrassed to even know who I am, but I can mention Ronnie. Ronnie doesn't mind. And I have all these friends in Medford, Massachusetts. I come to this town and I get introduced to people like Warren Guy. Now, Warren Guy, again, keep in mind, I'm out of Jamaica and I come to the United States. Warren Guy took me in, he sort of thought of me as a son, really. And he would introduce me to all kinds of things. Warren Guy is a guy who took me to the golf course in Woburn, Massachusetts to play golf. Yeah, I'm now an avid golfer. Well, I used to be before I got sick. But every time I'm on a golf course, or just about every time I'm on a golf course, I think of Mr. Warren Guy. Warren Guy was also a veteran in the Korean War. And I could spend an hour telling you about Mr. Guy. I worshipped that man, Warren Guy. On top of that, in Jamaica, I don't think much about race. Race is just not an issue in Jamaica. It's just not. What is an issue in Jamaica is class. That's right. You could be wherever you're from, but if you're in that bracket of class, they try to maintain that class structure in Jamaica. Race has no value, none whatsoever. In my own immediate families, I have lots of Caucasians and lots of Indians and Chinese, and just trust me, race is not an issue. It's when I got here that I found out what is such a big deal. Can you imagine something as stupid as putting skin color with that much emphasis? Anyway, so the other guy that I met in West Medford was Mr. Maybury Kuntz. Okay. Maybury Kuntz was one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life. Mr. Kuntz is the one who introduced me to ham radio. He introduced me to black history. He introduced me to the history of Massachusetts. Maybury Kuntz was so smart. And a lot of us guys hang around him because we would pick his brains. Bless his heart. I hope in Medford, Massachusetts, there is a statue or something there dedicated to Mr. Maybury Kuntz. But anyway, what can I tell you? I know I'm getting a little long, but I'm all choked up. Imagine, Ronnie, by the way, remember, this was in the 60s, and Ronnie was like, I mean, he was a quintessential dresser. Ronnie would dress to the hilt. Ronnie would go to New York in the weekends, leave Massachusetts, he and his friends get in the car and drive down to New York, and they'll go to Peppermint Lounge or something, you know, and they'll come back and he'll tell us all about it. Ronnie Dujon. Ronnie, for what it's worth, my friend, thank you so very much for calling me today. Needless to say, I'm going to tell my sister Letha that you called. So, I expect that, what can I tell you? It's such a thrill. In July, I'll be 80 years old. And to get a call from my friend from high school days, that's incredible. Listen, that's why it's called Fantastic Friday, okay? Have a fantastic Friday.